There she is. Okay.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. I
I
am
love this little picture you got going there.
yes, up at the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh, yeah. I don't think that's where you're at, but we're going to go with that. As we're talking with our audience to let them know, we have as our special guest, Miss Elena Nichols, who is with the founder, actually, I should say with. She is the founder of Coffee with Developers.
Yes.
And they have an upcoming meeting um, this Saturday. So, with that, I wanted to make sure that we have her on to speak about what's happening and really to give the audience a little bit more information about what is Coffee with Developers.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Miss Weston, for just introducing Coffee with Developers and letting the community know about what's going on. But really, Coffee with Developers is a monthly conversation here in North Omaha community, really explaining what it takes to get into development. It's really to create a pathway for emerging developers to meet with actual developers, talk with them, sit with them, create with them, kind of understand what routes they went through to start their development and really be able to see themselves in that role. I kind of was in a place where I felt like it was kind of hard to get to talk to those developers, go and talk to Jay Dunn and go talk to the Kiewits and the Noddle. It was kind of hard to get in those rooms. So I said, what can I do to kind of break that down so that we're able to have a space where we're actually talking to the developers that are developing our community or have worked on developments to kind of give the game plan and give access and connection to development.
So when you said you were tracking, and this was actually, as I said, you were the founder, it was your ideal to create this. And you mentioned that it was North Omaha. So is this open to all, or are you looking to specifically develop the North Omaha developers?
This is essentially for everyone. I really wanted this to be open to everyone, but we did start it in North Omaha,
Mm-hmm.
and we do host it, primarily in North Omaha. So we do move around each month, but we have now solidified a contract, actually, or actually a placement at the North Omaha Visitor Center. So we're really excited to be there, and believe that that's going to be a great partnership with the coffee shop there and also being allowing for people to come and really get that access, especially within our community on 24th Street. But it really is open to everyone because I think everybody gets a chance at development, but
Mm-hmm.
sometimes our community in North Omaha sometimes gets overlooked, especially when
No,
it comes
I'm
to
going to
that.
interrupt and say it
Mhm.
doesn't sometimes, it always gets overlooked. So I
Yeah.
didn't I didn't want to put you in that spot, but I can say it.
Yeah. So that's something I really wanted to obviously pour into and really explain like, hey, we can have the speakers come and talk in North Omaha and have an opportunity where it's a completely free event, for people to come out and ask the developers, how did they do it? What am
Mhm.
I missing? What can I do better? How can I actually expand myself so that I'm in the room at the right time?
So when you thought of this ideal and now that it's really taken place, how long have you been having hosting these meetings?
So we're currently on our fifth one. We've been hosting them since June.
Hmm.
We've had them every month except for April, but we've had it going now for 5 months, and it's been really, really amazing. All of the amazing developers and emerging developers that have been coming out. We started with 24 people and have grown it all the way to 68 people.
Hmm.
So that is absolutely amazing just to see the people that come in and the spaces and the questions that are posed, have been really amazing. So yeah.
When you talk about and you say developers, so some people would, are watching and they would say, well, I don't know if I'm a developer. I want to do this or what do you consider a developer?
I honestly, for me, as somebody who really loves urban development and went into it from the community understanding of development and how will community actually play in development, I think a lot of us don't get to say we all are developers. We all live in this ecosystem. We all
Mhm.
thrive in this ecosystem. We all will drive on the streets, go to the parks, go outside of our houses. How will we actually get access to the job that we go to? How do we do all of these things? So I think all of us, if we could get to a place where we're like, oh, I see myself as a developer because I literally want to hopefully own a home, or I will eventually move into an apartment complex, which is a new development. How does that go into that? How do I, get in front of it? And I think sometimes we don't get to see ourselves as developers because we think it's only construction, or we only think it's just, it is obviously construction, but we only think it's like, oh, I have to go have the hard hat and I'm nailing and screwing things into the wall. It's like, no. Who is the person behind that design? Who comes together to make sure that we have an apartment complex where maybe there is a daycare or maybe there's not? What should be close to this apartment complex? What should not? It's things like that. And I think if we start looking at it from that scope as saying we're all developers, we all have a chance to be a developer, um,
So
and
you're
have a
saying
say
what you're
so.
really kind of putting it in is a developer of ideals. You're,
Yeah, for
you're
sure.
taking the ideal of a concept to say that right now you're currently thinking of developing this ideal that happens to become part of a construction, whether it might be housing, it could be commercial building, it could be a
Schools,
multi.
I think trail systems. I've had the honor of being able to work on multiple different projects, and
Mhm.
development is very broad, and it is something that, you know, it will mess with you. If you don't mess with it, that's cool, but it will mess with you. And it is something that, you want the access to be able to, drive to work or maybe ride your bike to work. How do you actually ask your policymakers, and how do you actually ask people who can actually get those things done? How do you approach your planning department? I think people just, I love looking at it from like a huge massive level down to just getting to being able to see the building, but like there's so much work that goes into that. There's so much behind the scenes. And that's kind of what we really were hopefully communicating with coffee with developers, essentially, and being able to talk to the person that has made projects happen. um, we had Sterling Anderson come and speak, and he talks a lot about his process on his developments in the past, and that was eye-opening to a lot of people in the room. That one, we had over 68 people in the room for that particular one, and we talked a lot about the first steps of flipping homes and what do you miss out on, what do you need to do. And I think a lot of people kind of could see themselves in what he was doing, so that was really cool too. So it's being intentional and showing up. Everybody can be a developer, and everybody can see that for themselves.
Well, one thing I would say out of, and I happen to be at that particular one, but I look at it too as you're getting a diverse crowd who gets to hear about and see about and make relationships, connections with a
Hmm.
very diverse group of people. And one of the things I think and very positive about is where it's not always what you know, it could be who you know, where you're providing an opportunity to build relationships. Do you feel
Yeah.
that relationships have a strong part in how you get your development maybe going?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, that is our three words of motions. What we're trying to go for it is to create access, connections, and resources. So hopefully, and I'm happy that that's something that it happens naturally, and we have been able to have people connect with other developers and connect with architects. We've had architects there. We've had GCs there, and GCs have actually been able to get some job. It's been really cool. The ecosystem that Coffee with Developers has been creating.
Hmm.
I'm so excited about. Yeah.
Then when you're a North Omaha resident,
Yes, yeah.
so you're very passionate about it because it is North Omaha. Did you see this as an ideal to spur not only that development, but also economic? Did you see it being economically or economically, whichever some people say both ways, um, as an aid to produce North Omaha, to develop North Omaha to become economically viable?
Um, You know what? When creating Coffee with Developers and actually writing this down, I started it as a platform that I really wanted to have, hopefully, people who were in the Spark Developers Academy
Hmm.
have a place where they actually could sit down and network and talk about their upcoming projects and move and be able to, have that ecosystem created, right? So when creating it and when making it happen, I already knew there was a space and a need to talk about developments amongst developers, amongst the general contractors, amongst the financial providers for development. And so I think just understanding that need is a testament to kind of how fast it's been able to grow and even seeing who comes out to these. Um, because of the fact that it was written as a napkin idea that honestly I was like, I don't know if it's gonna work, but I got to see how there's still developers out here that are really interested in learning from another developer and who are really interested in learning from somebody who may have had a pitfall or a success, and having a conversation around that. It's been really cool, and uh it's been really cool, and it's been an honor to see what has come from it, um, with just the community members that are coming out to it. But yeah.
And then you meet once a month. Is it a set date every month? Is it like the last Saturday, third Saturday, or second Saturday, or?
So it's always going to be the either the last Saturday or the Saturday before the last Saturday, based off of what community events are happening here. But we will consistently have it either that last Saturday or the Saturday before that. And it will always take place at 9 o'clock. And right now we have anchored it at the North Omaha Visitor Center.
And that
And
address?
the North Omaha Visitor Center is, I believe,
24.
on 20, yeah.
I believe it's 24. I want to say 17. I could be off on that, or 27. North 24th Street.
West Street. If you come
So,
down 24th Street,
yeah,
you'll see the visitor center. So
visitor center right there. And 9 o'clock, and usually at the end of the month. And is this open, or is it free, or do you have to be a member of the developers, the coffee
no, so this
developers,
is
or?
completely free, completely open to the community.
Okay.
We wanted it to be intentionally that way,
Hmm.
to have something where community members that maybe, sometimes money can be a deterrent
Hmm.
from coming into spaces that you can actually, you know, uh, uh, have something to produce and like actually get resources. So no, it is free. But we like to say that you come in and you spend money with the organization, which is the visitor center. You're creating a better ecosystem. You're obviously putting money back into the community. So that's what we intentionally have done. We've had it at different locations intentionally. So the first one was at Scooters on 30th and Ames, which is a Black-owned business. Then we went to Idle Vital, which is another Black-owned business. Then we went to the Visitor Center, which is a Black-owned business. And then we went to the Revive, which is a Black-owned business. And then we went to Big Mama's. But we've been trying to be very intentional about the locations that we choose.
Hmm.
And then it was just more of a calling for the Visitor Center link up, and it was great for that. But yes, essentially, really
Well, I
being
think
intentional
sometimes,
about that.
you get that, you need that grounding.
Hmm.
And if you get people who know where it's going to be all the time, and every time we are creatures of habit. So
Mhm.
if we know where we're going at a certain time, it's more apt to be able to make it and verse and put it on the calendar. If there
Yes.
anything, is there a way to get in connect with you or that you would want to share with the audience, whether
Yeah, please get in contact with me on any social media. We did just officially start Coffee with Developers. We have a social media page on Facebook. You
okay?
can email me or inbox me at Elena Nichols, where we do post a lot of our things on my LinkedIn page as well, which is ELIANA and ICHOLS, and then also Coffee with Developers at on Facebook. Also, just if you come across Coffee with Developers, share with a friend. If you know somebody who's interested in getting access and understanding to development and wants to know what steps they should be taking
Mhm.
or learn from an actual developer, that's what we're here for. This next one that we're going to have several capital providers to come and actually talk about how to get access to commercial lending and how to make sure that you're in the right setup and you're in the right place at the right time to actually be ready for that capital. So it'll be a great conversation.
Well, thank you, Miss Nichols there, and I wish you continued success
Thank
with
you.
this program, and well, I wish you continued success whatever you do. But with the coffee developers was our main focus for today, and we'll post this out, and hopefully, not only you reach 68, maybe you'll get to 75. Who knows?
Love that. Yes.
But thank you so much for your time and
No,
appreciate
thank
it.
you. I
Have a
appreciate
good
it.
one.
Bye.